Paul, I suppose it's hard not to ask a question that has a negative slant. But things are pretty bleak at the moment, let's be honest. Results are poor, and it's early in the season, but it's a perilous position at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a professional person. I'm professionally concerned about where we are. I know how this business works, and we need some results. It's a tough period for us, whatever the reasons. However we're doing our best, but however we're performing, it's a tough period for us. So yeah, I'm concerned like everyone else.
Is there an argument that where we've talked about some of the injury issues, and they're not all offensive injury issues, there's been one or two issues elsewhere, but defensively you're actually quite strong as far as personnel at the moment, and I suppose the argument could be, well, okay, there's problems up front, then draw every game 0-0.
Doesn't work that way necessarily.
You understand the point I'm trying to make. You know,
it's a very rational, obvious thing to say, and a game of football's not always that way. And you know, it's the front line gives the back line confidence, and the back line gives the front line confidence. You know, you attack from the back, defend from the front, and it's a fluid, complex situation that should and could become very simple if you get it right. But we haven't got it right at the moment. We've got to. You know, we've got a lot of good players. They need to play at their best. I need to find a way of getting them playing their best with the best way I can. It's not what we planned, but needs must, and that's what we've got to do.
You've said the word clarity a few times, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about that word. And from your perspective, is it about you as a manager, not just you, because you come with Mel and the whole team that coach the team, is it about giving that team clarity for a purpose at the moment, and then when things develop and change, the clarity becomes different in a different way?
Which is what we've been trying to do. But if it was that easy, it would just be click your fingers and make it happen. And the trouble is, when things aren't working quite well, there are 100 ideas, and actually you only need one or two. We've got to find the one or two that make the biggest difference. And then when it works, I think the thing which will always give me confidence and enthuse me is the fact that I know from experience that step is so small. Finding it's difficult, but finding the right thing, and then that step to finding that clarity can happen so quickly. So whenever it does feel bleak and you just can't see where this is going to change, it will, and I believe the players want that to happen. You know, and okay, we get really frustrated and so upset with not winning, but the players are trying really hard and they need my help. I need their help. And we just have to keep going with finding the right way. And less is more. It has to be simple. You know, it's not a clever way out of this, and it's right. It has to be right through the middle of it. We can't sidestep it or get clever or avoid it. We're in the middle of a really terrible run of results, and we're all in it together. It's no one's fault particularly. It is what it is, and we're fully, enthused to get a result soon, and we need to. I mean, I'm not stupid. I know we need a result.
I know we talked about the game the other night, but was there an added frustration in as much as everyone who left the stadium against Coventry thought, yeah, that's a reaction, that's a positive result. It was a 0-0 draw, but it was a positive result, and then it was almost
a really good performance.
Yeah. Two. It was almost a step forward, and then Ross Holloway was 2 steps back. It felt like a big crash almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't had too many crashes along the way. I mean, when you are in the middle of a run like we are, you are on a knife edge all the time. So any game that doesn't work can feel magnified. But absolutely, I totally understand that, and it wasn't a great performance.
In hindsight, and it's a wonderful thing, with the fact that you've mentioned you defend from the front and attack from defence, from the offensive perspective, is there any regret in hindsight that you didn't maybe bring an extra couple of players in on loan, or up front? Is there any regret in hindsight?
It's not something I do. I haven't got the time, the capacity to look back. we made the right decision at the right time that we thought was appropriate for the budget for the club, for the players we had. We debated it. We did try to sign the right player, one or two. Didn't manage to get them. We tried to play or two on loan. Didn't manage to land them through whatever those reasons might be. And then we debated just signing a player or two. For the sake of it, it's probably the wrong terminology, but we did debate, do we just get someone in? And at that moment, I decided that I wanted to give Sam Nombe that opportunity instead. That seemed like the right thing to do. I thought he could do it. He'd already shown a bit of promise. I thought that was the right thing to do. In hindsight, I wish I had, because Sam then got injured. But when we get through all this, and sometime in the future we'll look back and say that was the making of Sam Nombe. So there's no right and wrong to this. We are in a pickle we have been with lack of options in attacking positions. There's no hiding that. Those players aren't imminent in terms of their return. But do I regret Sam Nombe had the impact he did for those 5 or 6 games? No, I don't. I feel sorry that he got injured. Terribly sorry about it. So you're making me talk about it. I'm talking about it. I wish one or two things, but I don't regret the decision I made at that moment.
Ben Reeves and Kieran Egg are 2 attacking options for you who have recently had injuries, and they've been coming back slowly with appearances here and there. Are they ready to start? Are they closer to a start for you?
Yeah, I think they're both very different, because Kieran has played a lot of football last year and he's had a 3-week period out. So yeah. The impact of being out for 3 weeks, as long as that injury is better, and we've edged him back in, as you can see, the last 2 games he's played 15 minutes and he's played 30 minutes, and all things have worked okay. Ben has been out for a lot longer, and he's missed a pre-season and everything else, so it's a very different scenario.
I hate to be the harbinger of doom, but Fleetwood away is probably the worst at the moment.
Oh, brilliant!
But I mean, everyone looks at that fixture and thinks, God, that's a grotty fixture, a long distance against a team who are performing very well, playing very well.
I have to say, where we are with our thoughts and our recent form, I don't think it matters too much. I think we have to consider ourselves,
right,
and what we do, and making life as easy for our players as possible. I have to help them think correctly, and then they have to act correctly. The players do have to play a part in this, It's not just me having all the ideas. No, forgive me, but they've got to realise the importance for them, the club, me, all of us. So they have to do their bit. So I will ask them, help them to think correctly and have the right directions and thoughts, and then they have to go out and do it. Fleetwood, Rochdale, Coventry, at the moment they all seem difficult, but we have to put that to one side, detach ourselves from what's happened. This is a one-off game of football. We've got some good players who are fit enough, so it maybe is not daunting me as much as others. I think we've just got a game of football to play.